can see from the title of this video, this is what I typically eat in a day on the Candida diet. Now, the reason why I do this lifestyle is because I recently found out I have a yeast allergy, and we all have yeast in our bodies, but I have a lot. And it doesn't make it better that I am actually allergic to it. So I start all of my mornings with this apple cider vinegar, lemon water, cayenne pepper detox. I use about 48 ounces of water, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1 lemon. This drink is really good to start your morning as it's good for detoxifying your body, detoxifying the toxins in your body, loosening up mucus, and all of those good things. And here I'm rolling out my lemon. I had a coworker that I used to roll out her like fruit, and she said it made it juicier. So I just have this habit of rolling out my fruit now, especially like lemons and citrusy fruit. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there, and then once I have all the ingredients mixed in the water, I shake it up to make sure everything is mixed together really good. And I drink this throughout the day. So I'll start my morning with about 12 ounces of this and drink it throughout the day. Usually about four glasses. That's around 48 ounces, and that is what I start my morning with. Now, my first meal is at lunch with a salad, and I started this salad with some spinach. I'll typically do spinach, kale, mixed greens, but I love spinach, and I'm adding some red peppers and green peppers. I don't usually go too crazy on green peppers because I don't know, they don't taste like anything to me, but I do love red peppers. I'll add some broccoli. I love broccoli. And I didn't really add too many veggies. I added cucumbers, of course, love cucumbers, necessary for a salad. And that is all the veggies. I'll add that avocado later. You'll see when I add the avocado. And then I'm going to add my grilled chicken. I typically meal prep grilled chicken on a Sunday, and I'll use that throughout the week to either top my salads or have it as a entree with my dinner. So once I have my chicken in there, I'll add my dressing. This is a homemade dressing with tahini butter. And once I get the recipe down packed, I will definitely share it. But right now, I'm still kind of working on it. Like I said, I really don't measure anything. So it literally tastes different every time I make it. But I am going to start measuring because this day the dressing was actually fire. So I go ahead and shake it up. Want to make sure all of my greens and everything gets nice and coated. And I'll open it up, make sure everything is good, it's nice and wet. And then I'll add my avocado. And the reason why I add my avocado last is because if my avocado is soft and I put it in there to shake it up, sometimes the avocado will get mushy, and I would prefer more of a firm avocado. If I wanted a mushy avocado, I'd make guacamole, and this is not guacamole, this is a salad, baby. So that is my final topping for my salad. And yeah, that's typically my everyday lunch. So for dinner, I'll typically have tofu. And I know I really don't need the tofu police coming here. Personally, I've only seen benefits from eating soy. For example, especially when I eat soy around my menstrual cycle, I experience less cramping, and I get acne really bad. But I notice when I eat soy the night before and I wake up in the morning, my face is typically a lot clearer and my smooth is a lot skinner. So my skin is a lot smoother. So I do eat soy, and I definitely eat tofu, only organic tofu though. So once I press my tofu, get all the water out, I cut it up into chunks, and then I place it in this Ziploc bag. And the reason why I put it in the Ziploc bag is to season it. I was seasoning it in the bowl, but I've learned that the bowl is a lot messier, so I use a Ziploc bag to season my tofu, and I'm just going to go ahead and drop all the pieces in there. And once I have all of the tofu in there broken up, making sure it's not breaking apart, I'm going to go ahead and add my seasoning. So I have some coconut aminos, some sesame oil. The sesame oil helps to make sure it doesn't like stick to the pan, and also it gives it a nice little coating. So I'll add a little sesame oil Not too crazy. Like I said, I don't measure, but I don't go too crazy on my seasonings, especially like oils. And then I'll add the coconut aminos, and I love coconut aminos. I feel like it's a great soy sauce alternative, gluten free, so I don't have any reactions when I do eat it. It works very well with my allergies. Some garlic powder. I do go crazy on the garlic powder. Like, you can never have too much garlic powder. It's fire. One of the best seasonings. And I'll add some black pepper. Fun fact, I am allergic to black pepper, but it is very low on my allergen list, so I still eat it because I don't feel like I have any reactions when I eat it. I just don't go too crazy on it. So I'll add some black pepper, and then I'll add just a little sprinkle of Celtic sea salt. I do not go crazy on the salt. I've realized that you can season food without going crazy on the salt. So I don't use a lot of salt, just a pinch, just a nice little pinch, a little dab will do ya. So I just add a pinch, and then once I have all my seasonings in there, I'll go ahead and shake it up to make sure everything just gets nice and evenly coated, and to give the coconut aminos kind of a chance to kind of marinate on the tofu. So once I'm done with that, I will put it on a pan. You should use parchment paper, but I don't have parchment paper, so I'm resourceful. I use what I have. So I'm just going to go ahead and separate the tofu and prepare it to go in the oven, and I'll put it in the oven for 400 degrees for 15 minutes, and then after 15 minutes I will flip. So while my tofu is in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my veggies. I have my sesame oil again, and I'll put about, I don't know, maybe that's a tablespoon. Like I said, I do not measure, but I'll put my oil in the pan and let that heat up. Now once the oil is nice and hot, I'll go ahead and add my veggies. So I have zucchini, red onions, and some chopped fresh garlic, and I'll let those cook. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take my tofu out of the oven, and as you can see, it's pretty brown already, and I will flip it. So I'm going to flip every piece of tofu, just flip it to the other side, and once I finish flipping that, I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the oven for another 15 minutes. So you just want to make sure you flip every piece so that it's nice and cooked on each side. But putting it in for another 15 just gives it this really great brown and crunchy texture, but you'll definitely see that at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in the oven, and while that's cooking, I'm going to go back to my veggies, and I'm going to season my veggies with the same things I've seasoned the tofu with, except I'm going to add some Italian seasoning and some lemon. It gives it a really good distinct flavor that I enjoy, and let those cook. And then I'll take my tofu out, and as you can see, it's nice and brown, crunchy, crisp texture to perfection. I love it. It's so good. And just moving it around, making sure it's not stuck to the pan. And then this is the final product. I have my tofu and some zucchini. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like, share, follow, do what you gotta do, support your girl. Thank you.